everyone, I'm Teresa and I'm back with another pageant tip video for you. Today's tip. Yep, that's right. How to walk in a pageant with your hands on your hips. Now today's pageant video will probably be only beneficial to my older girls who are competing in the older girl systems. But younger girls, don't worry. You can still practice along with us. Now, let's stop chatting and let's get started. Teresa Alvarez, Michigan. Imagine me in my evening gown walking onto stage. I've come to my first X, which is my first pose. As you can see, my hands are not on my rib cage and they're not on my hips, but they're placed lightly behind my buttocks. This should be your first evening gown pose. This pose is elegant yet very welcoming. Along with this pose, you can see that I'm at a slight tilt to show the elongation of my body, and my shoulders are open to this audience, and most importantly, the judges. As you can see, my hands are not bunched to grab the buttocks, but they are lightly placed beneath it. Teresa Alvarez, Michigan. Walking with your hands on your hips in an evening gown is completely acceptable. However, you may want to make it one of your ending poses. But if you're like me, you can switch it up a bit. And I'm back to my beginning pose. Competing in the swimsuit portion of a pageant is probably the most nerve-wracking but fun part of the competition. I have a lot of people ask me all the time, Teresa, where do my hands go when I pose in my swimsuit? Well, you're in luck because I'm getting ready to show you. Now, as you can see, I just did two poses for you. The reason being, some pageants like a wide stance, some pageants like a closed stance. Personally, I prefer one hand on the hip, while there are other girls who do two hands on the hip. Neither is better than the other. It's about what's more comfortable for you. Now, in any swimsuit pose, whether it be with one hand or two, you always want to make sure your hands are correctly placed. You don't want to have them sitting at the pelvic bone, nor do you want to have them all the way up top at the start of your rib cage. You want to have your hands lightly placed at the start of your waist, like so. Now, I have a lot of people ask me about timing. How long should I keep my hands on my hips and when should I take them down? Here's the trick. You always want to do a 3-second count for every pose that you have your hands on your hip. Like so. One, two, three. And then move on. In swimsuit, try this. 1, 2, 3. Like so. The reason why I break them down into 3-second increments is because it looks awkward when you have your hands on your hips the entire time you're on stage. In evening gown, it looks like you're super nervous and you don't know what else to do with your hands. And then in swimsuit, it looks like you're trying to cover up some extra baby fat. Teresa Alvarez, Michigan. See how awkward that looks? No. 3 seconds, always. Now let's put everything we learned all together. Well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have any ideas or would like me to do another video on a different pageant tip, leave it in the comments below. Once again, I'm Teresa, and I'll see you soon.